what we do is we help companies that build software, we help them with their environments. So what that means is every time you and I use a consumer application, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, we're using a production copy of that piece of software. But for those features, those buttons that we click, the like button, whatever, for those features to get to production, there's a whole bunch of other earlier stage environments that they pass through. So from a developer getting a feature into production, there's all these environments that need to be used and tested. And so we automate the life cycle of those environments for software companies.
Is there anyone out there that's also doing this? How are you different?
Yeah, there's definitely some folks out there in the space. The thing that differentiates us is we're extremely opinionated about this. It's very complex, these different pieces of infrastructure. And so we kind of give a guided path towards this repeatable infrastructure. The stuff we do, it's like FANG level. So I'm sure you know what FANG is. FANG level DevOps teams, SRE platform teams. And we give kind of superpowers to smaller or teams that are more focused on their product. We have some pretty large customers in the Fortune 50, Fortune 500, and they're focused on their product, not this internal tooling. And so the way that we differentiate ourselves is we're extremely opinionated about how you can deliver that software to these environments. And so it's actually, it's a very prescriptive way. In the infrastructure space, there's a lot of foot guns, as we call them. You can shoot yourself in the foot. And we do our best to eliminate as much of that as possible and give you a glide path right into getting this repeatable environment software set up for you.
Benjie, as you look to the next 12 months, what are your priorities?
It's a great question. What we facilitate for software teams is the ability to test their software before it gets to production, before it gets into your hands or my hands. And so as the growth of Copilot and other generative AI tools are coming into place and generating code, we know that there's hallucinations and some issues. So continuing to build out that test infrastructure for companies like Pepsi and other big Fortune 500 and S&P companies, that's really the focus, making sure that all of these testing environments are stable, very reliable, and available whenever developers and product and QA folks need them.
Benjie, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thanks for having me, Judy.